Hey there, treasure hunters! Welcome back to Hollywood Buzz. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of diamonds. Did you know some of the world's most stunning diamonds can be found hidden in riverbeds and volcanic rocks? In this video, we'll explore how these rare gems form, where to look for them, and the thrilling stories of discovery behind them. So, grab your gear, and let's embark on this sparkling adventure together.
All right, so get ready because today we are going to unearth some serious knowledge about diamonds and gemstones. We're going deep with this YouTube video that actually claims you can find these treasures in rivers and volcanic rocks. So I think we'll be booking a flight to a diamond mine by the end of this.
Well, maybe not a mine, but you might be surprised where you can find diamonds. This video starts by shattering this common misconception that diamonds are only found in these remote, heavily guarded mines. Turns out rivers can act as natural conveyor belts, carrying diamonds far from their original source.
Okay, that's pretty cool. But how do diamonds even end up in rivers in the first place?
Well, it all starts with these incredibly powerful volcanic eruptions millions of years ago. These eruptions brought up a specific type of rock called kimberlite, which is the primary source of diamonds. Now imagine this. Over time, erosion and the constant flow of rivers break down these kimberlite rocks, releasing the diamonds. And since diamonds are incredibly durable, they survive this journey and get deposited along riverbeds.
So you're telling me I could potentially stumble upon a diamond while skipping stones?
Well, it's not quite that simple, but the video highlights some fascinating real-world examples. For instance, Crater of Diamonds State Park in Arkansas. You can actually go there and dig for diamonds, and whatever you find, you keep. It's a testament to the fact that diamonds are more accessible than we often think.
That's amazing. So I've decided to embrace my inner Indiana Jones. What would I need to start diamond hunting in a river?
The video refers to this as artisanal diamond prospecting, and it's surprisingly straightforward. The essential tools are a sieve with a specific mesh size to catch those tiny diamonds and potentially a gold pan for separating the heavier materials.
So I'm picturing myself knee-deep in a river, patiently sifting through gravel. But how do I know where to even start looking? Are diamonds just randomly scattered everywhere?
Not exactly. The video emphasizes the importance of understanding how rivers work. Diamonds, being dense, tend to accumulate in areas where the water flow slows down. Think bends in the river or those ancient dried-up riverbeds. Those are prime spots.
All right, so I found a promising spot. I'm sifting away, and I come across a tiny, shiny stone. How do I know if I've struck diamond or if it's just a sparkly piece of quartz?
Ah, the million-dollar question. The video offers some handy tips for identifying a rough diamond. First, not all diamonds are those clear, sparkling gems we see in jewelry. Many are actually yellow, gray, or even brown. The key is to look for that natural brilliance, that inherent shine that diamonds possess. They'll also typically have a slightly rounded shape due to the tumbling action of the river.
So it's not going to be a perfectly cut diamond like we see in a ring.
Right. Think more like a tiny, polished pebble. And here's the classic test. A real diamond won't be scratched by sandpaper. That's because diamonds rank the highest on the Mohs hardness scale, which measures a mineral's resistance to scratching.
That's a simple test anyone can do. But what about those lookalikes like topaz or quartz? How can I tell them apart from a diamond?
The video suggests focusing on density. Diamonds are incredibly dense for their size, so they'll feel heavier than other stones of similar dimensions. The sandpaper test can also help rule out those imposters.
So we've covered how diamonds end up in rivers, how to prospect for them, and how to identify them. But this video goes beyond just diamonds, right? It also dives into the origins of other gemstones.
Exactly. The video takes us on a journey into the world of matrix rocks, which are essentially the birthplaces of gemstones. These rocks form deep within the earth, and they contain specific minerals that under the right conditions of heat and pressure crystallize into those beautiful gemstones we covet.
Wait, so you're telling me that different types of rocks are associated with different gemstones?
Absolutely. The video breaks down 5 key types of volcanic rocks, each with its own unique set of gemstone inhabitants. First up is kimberlite, our diamond-carrying friend.
Hold on, doesn't all kimberlite contain diamonds?
That's a common misconception. It's true that kimberlite is the primary source of diamonds, but not all kimberlite deposits actually contain them. That makes the search even more exciting, right?
It's like a geological lottery. Okay, what about those other rock types? What treasures can they hold?
Well, next on the list is pegmatite, known for its large crystals. Think emeralds, aquamarine, tourmaline. Those stunning museum-quality gemstones often originate in pegmatite.
Wow, that's incredible. So if I'm out exploring and I stumble upon a piece of pegmatite, I might be looking at the source of some serious bling.
You never know. Pegmatite is usually pretty easy to spot because it has these coarse grains and tends to be dark in color, almost black or very dark gray. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Okay, what else do we have on this geological treasure map?
Then there's rhyolite. Similar to granite, but with a finer grain, rhyolite can host a variety of gemstones, including zircon, rutile, apatite, and even that eye-catching leopard jasper.
See, this is what I love about this deep dive. It's not just about diamonds. It's opening up a whole world of gemstones I've never even heard of.
Exactly. And we haven't even gotten to basalt yet. This one might surprise you. Basalt, the rock that formed the oceanic crust, can contain rubies, sapphires, zircon, and garnets. There's even a specific type of basalt called picritic basalt that's rich in olivine, which forms the gemstone peridot.
Wait, peridot and basalt. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
So even if I'm miles away from a volcano, I could still find gemstones that originated from these volcanic rocks.
That's the beauty of it. Remember, erosion and earth movements can carry gemstones far from their original matrix rocks. Rivers act like gemstone highways, transporting these treasures across vast distances.
Okay, so let's say I'm standing by a river feeling adventurous, ready to start my gemstone hunt. What are some clues that could lead me to a potential hotspot?
The video suggests doing a little detective work. First, research the area. See if there's any history of diamond mining or gemstone discoveries nearby, even further upstream. Remember, those rivers can carry these gems for miles.
Looks like following a geological trail of breadcrumbs.
Precisely. And here's another tip. Keep an eye out for those indicator minerals we talked about earlier, like garnet, ilmenite, and chromite. You start finding those in your sieve or pan. It's a good sign that you're in a promising area.
So now I'm thinking, if these indicator minerals can point us towards diamonds, are they valuable in their own right? Or are they just like the geological breadcrumbs you mentioned?
It's a great question, and it highlights that we're not just looking for diamonds here. Garnet, ilmenite, and chromite are gemstones themselves. They might not have the same sparkle and price tag as a diamond, but they're still beautiful and sought after. Finding them is like a little bonus prize while you're on the hunt for the big one.
Okay, so picture this. I'm out by the river, I've done my research, I'm sifting away, and I find a small stone that seems promising. It passes the sandpaper test. It's heavier than other stones in size. But it's not the crystal clear diamond I was maybe hoping for. Does that mean it's worthless?
Not at all. The video does a great job of explaining that not all diamonds are destined for the jewelry store. In fact, only about 20% of diamonds mined are gem quality, meaning they have the clarity and brilliance needed for jewelry. The other 80% are called industrial diamonds, and they play a vital role in various industries.
Industrial diamonds, what are those used for?
Because diamonds are the hardest known natural material. They're incredibly valuable for cutting, grinding, drilling, anything that requires extreme durability and precision. They're used in everything from saw blades to drill bits to the tips of dental tools.
So even if I don't find a diamond fit for a ring, it can still be a really cool and useful discovery.
Absolutely. Every diamond, whether gem quality or industrial grade, tells a story. It's a piece of Earth's history, formed under immense pressure and heat over millions, even billions of years. Holding a diamond, even a tiny imperfect one, is like holding a piece of that time.
You know what I'm really loving about this whole diamond and gemstone hunting idea is that it seems so accessible. It's not like I need fancy equipment or years of training to get started.
That's what's so appealing about it. It's a way to connect with nature, to slow down, to really observe your surroundings. It's a reminder that there's still a sense of adventure and discovery to be found, even in places we think we know well.
It's also a reminder that sometimes the most valuable things aren't the ones with the highest price tag. The knowledge we gain, the experiences we have, those are the treasures that truly enrich our lives.
And sometimes those experiences lead to
Nós
unexpected
conseguimos
discoveries.
limpo
Who
esse
knows, you might
formato aqui
stumble
da
upon a
peça.
rare
Viu
mineral,
que era
a
pedrona,
fossil, or
nós
even a
foi
piece of
tirando tudo,
history while
limpando,
you're out exploring.
conseguiu
The
limpinho esse aqui.
possibilities are endless.
This video has definitely sparked my curiosity. It's amazing how something as seemingly simple as picking up rocks and sifting through gravel can open up a whole world of knowledge and adventure.
And that's just the beginning. The video mentions some great resources for anyone who wants to dive deeper into this world. There's a downloadable ebook called Gemology Journey for Beginners. That sounds like a fantastic starting point for learning more about identifying and evaluating gemstones.
So if I'm ready to take my gem hunting skills to the next level, that ebook is the next step.
It's a comprehensive guide that goes beyond the basics. covering things like crystal structures, optical properties, and even how to use a loupe and other gemological tools. It's like the ultimate detective's guide to gemstones.
Now, I'm also thinking about all those other videos on the YouTube channel that focus specifically on finding gemstones in rivers. It seems like each type of waterway, rivers, streams, creeks, even beaches, holds its own unique potential for discovery.
Think of it this way. Each river system is like a giant natural sorting machine. Over millions of years, they've been concentrating heavy minerals like gemstones, carrying them from the mountains to the valleys, depositing them along the way. It's up to us to learn how to read the clues and find those hidden treasures.
This entire deep dive has been such a revelation. I'm starting to see the world around me in a whole new light. Every rock, every pebble, every grain of sand has a story to tell.
And that's the beauty of geology. It's a story written in stone, spanning billions of years. Gem hunting is just one way to tap into that story, to connect with the Earth's history in a tangible way.
So before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier about alluvial deposits. You said those are prime spots for finding diamonds and gemstones. Can you explain what those are and why they're so special?
Of course, alluvial deposits are basically areas where sediment carried by water, like rivers, has been deposited over time. Think floodplains, river deltas, even ancient riverbeds that are now dry. What makes these deposits so special for gem hunters is that the flowing water has done a lot of the work for us.
In what way?
Remember how we talked about diamonds and other gemstones being dense? Well, as rivers carry sediment downstream, they naturally sort it by density. The heavier materials, like gemstones, settle out first, often in these alluvial deposits. It's like the river has been concentrating these treasures for us over millions of years.
So if I'm looking for gemstones in a river, focusing on these alluvial deposits could increase my chances of finding something.
Exactly. These areas are like nature's treasure chests just waiting to be unlocked. But it's important to remember that even within alluvial deposits, not all spots are created equal.
So where within an alluvial deposit should I focus my efforts?
The video gives some great pointers for this. Remember how we talked about how diamonds and gemstones get concentrated in areas where the river flow slows down? Well, the same principle applies within alluvial deposits. Look for areas where the water flow would have been slower in the past, like inside bends in the river, behind large boulders, or in those deeper pockets where heavier materials would have settled.
So it's like being a detective using clues from the landscape to figure out where those gems might be hiding.
Exactly. And that's what makes gem hunting so much fun. It's a combination of knowledge, observation, and a little bit of luck.
I'm starting to think that every riverbank is like a potential treasure map, just waiting to be deciphered.
And the best part is that you don't need to be an expert geologist to get started. With a little bit of research and a willingness to get your hands dirty, anyone can embark on this exciting adventure.
This whole idea of alluvial deposits being like nature's sorting machines has me thinking. If rivers can concentrate gemstones, could other natural processes do the same thing?
You're definitely on the right track. The video briefly touches on this concept, pointing out that glaciers, wind, even ocean currents, can play a role in transporting and concentrating gemstones. Think about it. Glaciers are these massive rivers of ice that grind down mountains, picking up rocks and minerals along the way. As they melt, they leave behind these deposits called glacial till, which can contain a mix of interesting materials, including gemstones.
So I could potentially find gemstones in areas that were once covered by glaciers.
Exactly. And it's not just glaciers. Wind can also transport lighter minerals and gemstones over long distances, creating deposits known as loess. These windblown deposits are often found in arid regions and can contain interesting minerals like opal or agate. Even ocean currents can play a role, especially along coastlines, where wave action can sort and concentrate heavier minerals like garnets and zircon.
Wow, so it's like the entire planet is this giant dynamic system constantly moving and sorting these geological treasures.
Precisely, and that's what makes this whole subject so fascinating. It's not just about finding a pretty stone, it's about understanding the forces that shaped it, the journey it took to get to where it is, and the stories it holds.
This video has given us so much to think about. We've gone from basic diamond prospecting in rivers to exploring the origins of gemstones in volcanic rocks, to uncovering the role of glaciers, wind, and oceans in shaping the distribution of these treasures.
It's like we've peeled back the layers of the Earth, revealing the hidden connections between geology, geography, and the search for these precious gems.
You know what really stands out to me is that this video doesn't just tell us where to find gemstones. It sparks a deeper curiosity about the natural world. It's about understanding the processes that create these beautiful objects and appreciating the vastness of geologic time.
And that sense of wonder, that connection to something bigger than ourselves, is what makes gem hunting so much more than just a hobby. It's a way to tap into the mysteries of the Earth and to appreciate the beauty and complexity of our planet.
Before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a thought that's been swirling in my mind. The video focused on diamonds and gemstones, but it sparked a bigger idea for me.
Yeah.
It's about the constant change and transformation that shapes our world, the idea that nothing is static. Everything is in flux.
That's a profound insight. And it's something we often forget in our day-to-day lives. We tend to think of the Earth as this solid, unchanging foundation, but in reality, it's a dynamic system in constant motion. Mountains rise and erode, continents drift, volcanoes erupt, and rivers carve their way through the landscape. These processes, though often invisible to us, are happening all the time, shaping and reshaping the world around us.
And that's humbling, isn't it? To realize that we are part of this vast ancient story, a story that's still being written.
Absolutely. It makes our everyday worries seem a little smaller, a little less significant. It encourages us to take a step back and appreciate the bigger picture, to marvel at the forces that have shaped our planet and continue to shape it today.
So to our listeners out there, the next time you're feeling overwhelmed by the world, I encourage you to take a moment to connect with the Earth. Pick up a rock, feel its weight, consider its journey. You might just find a sense of perspective, a sense of wonder that helps you navigate the complexities of life.
And who knows, you might even discover a hidden gem along the way, a reminder of the beauty and mystery that lies just beneath the surface.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of diamonds and gemstones. We hope it sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore the hidden wonders of our planet.
Happy gem hunting!
Thank you for joining us on this dazzling journey today. Whether you're a seasoned prospector or just love learning about nature's treasures, we hope this video inspired you to explore the world of diamonds. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hollywood Buzz for more fascinating content about nature's hidden gems. And remember, adventure is out there, it might just